Hello, everyone. Good evening, and a very, very happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful, beautiful, strong, resilient, and brave moms. I hope all of you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy. We have an incredible session planned out for you today. I'm Akansha Fatnani from Mumbai, and today with us we have Shilpa Aneja and Ruchi Manek. Hi, Shilpa. Hi, Ruchi. How are you guys doing?
Good, great. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm good too. I'd like to introduce you to Ruchi. Ruchi Manek, a super smart and incredible mom. She's a psychologist and has been working in this field for over 10 years. Wow. She has an eclectic approach and practices RETC, hypnotherapy, along with many more types of therapy. Her specialties include parent child counseling, stress, anxiety, depression related issues, body image counseling, and geriatric counseling. She is also a mother to two adorable boys and hence has a very practical approach towards parenting problems. Ruchi, I must confess, I've always felt a bit intrigued by your career, by you, psychologist. You know, it's like you guys have a front seat to our minds and hearts, and sometimes it is easier for you to know what is going on in here than we ourselves, right?
So, right, it is that way, but it is not like really I can read your mind. But yes, it's just that we are better trained to get you talking about your own mind.
Yeah, and you guys understand us a little better than we do our emotions at least.
Yeah.
We take
So
time
basically,
processing
it's
it.
a job to help you understand yourself better.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's quite a superpower, I must say.
Thank you.
And Shilpa Aneja, a super strong and magnificent mom. She has a 6-year-old beautiful daughter. She is a fitness coach, a real life influencer, and she kicked stage 3 breast cancer's ass. That's not it. She goes to the extent of personally coaching not only the patients but also their families and caregivers. Wow, Shilpa, please share a little something about how empowered do you feel about your journey so far?
Very much. I mean, I can't describe it, but yes, the journey has been a roller coaster ride, but it was all worth it at the end, right? It was just a turning point for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wow. You two badass ladies are definitely a force to be reckoned with. So today, back to our topic. Mothers in and around the world have their own way of tackling situations while drowning in their own insecurities, questions, and resilience. I think it's our job as mothers to inspire each other, to give each other a little bit of grace, strength, especially when these difficult times have proven to be so very taxing and tough on us all. Having a routine to survive the days doesn't mean we are okay. In fact, sometimes we are drowning in these very same routines. But here we are on your rescue with a notion where mothers can help understand other mothers to deal with these grueling times of COVID 19 in the most effective way. Today is a chance to connect with people you can trust, who are knowledgeable and skilled in these fields and can walk you through your decision making process. This time, let's all of us come and get stronger together. I like to start with how there's so much pressure on us moms to be perfect, as if we aren't already drowning in our own guilt and insecurities. I would like to ask you guys to share a little something like how do you keep going strong in these tough times? Shilpa, Ruchi, would you like to say something?
Uh,
Super
yeah,
good. Yeah.
so it's very much simple, actually. You just need to keep a lot of positive things around you, a lot of positive people around you, and most probably your mind. It has to be with loads of positive stuff, and you just need to keep the negativity away from you as far as you can. Uh, Tough times, they never settle. Actually, they're never permanent. It's just a phase, and it's all temporary, and definitely it passes. If not today, then tomorrow, definitely. You just need to keep yourself together, uh, and just face the situation, I guess.
Ruchi?
So, like, I think that's where the question lies, that we're all trying to be perfect, in
Yeah.
spite of all the given circumstances. What is the definition of perfect? It varies, but we each of us try to attain that level
Mhm.
uh, of perfection which we haven't defined for ourselves. We just compare it to other people's perfection. So I think somewhere we all need to realize that we are all perfect in our own ways. And even if we are not perfect, obviously we all have imperfections, and that's what makes us humans. So
Mhm.
instead of striving to be the perfect, I think it's the journey that we need to enjoy of learning and getting there, and stop stressing whether each and every day went perfect or no. Rather learn from each day as to how you could do it better or worse, or
Mhm.
was it okay, and pat yourself if you've done it well.
Wait. I think we need to say it out loud. Like moms, when you see another mom or in person or on social media, please remind yourself that we are all doing our best we can in this given circumstances. So instead of judging her or shaming her, please just give her some support like you would want somebody to do for you. You don't know what she's going through. Each family, child, and the resources are different. So let's remember to share some love and stop the shaming. This has been going on a lot. Some mothers will see कि अरे इसने अपने बच्चे को ऐसा कराया, इसने वो कराया. अरे तो it's okay, no? Let's not shame. Let's just appreciate what she's doing. Maybe from her point of view, you don't know how her child is mentally, physically, what is her child good at. So just let them be. There's a lot of shaming going around. What would you like to say about that?
I think social media is playing a very important role in terms
Mhm.
of this shaming, and also at the same time feeling left behind. Like if you see a
Oh
mother
no.
who is doing it all, who's posting these amazing activities she does with the kids, whereas you can barely get a day through without shouting at your kids. It makes you wonder that, are you a good mom? Like, look at this mom, she has it everything under control. But please
Exactly.
understand that what is being posted is just 15 minutes of that activity, okay? It's not the entire day. So stop judging yourself, stop judging the other person, give yourself that freedom, give your child that freedom, and don't be so harsh on yourself as or
Mhm.
somebody else, as you said, like,
Yeah.
take it easy on yourself.
Yes, exactly. So I guess, there are two different paths that we play. Being a social media influencer, there are two different lives that we are playing actually. One is completely different. What is on the media, what goes live is different, and what we are playing as offline is completely different.
Mhm.
Because as Ruchi said, I completely agree with her that I don't know how can someone not just yell at a child
It
during
is
this
so
pandemic
difficult.
actually
It
when
is,
we are
ah,
homeschooling them since last 1.5 year.
right. It is very
So
difficult.
yes, yes.
Nahi hota. You can't keep calm all the
So
time.
of course not. So you just, I mean, people should not just judge, not just a mom, but not just any person. Nobody should
Anybody.
judge anyone actually.
Right. Nice. Also, I think mom deserves more. Any mom. They deserve more, especially in the fourth trimester, which is not a very known one. But after you give birth, that is the fourth trimester because you are still in that little bubble with your baby. You are still experiencing new things. And that whole period is so transformative, exhausting, overwhelming, beautiful. But honestly, sometimes it can be just so consuming. So during this time, she needs more love, appreciation, support, healing, attention, a listening ear, and so much more. So a lot of mothers don't get that. A lot of mothers go through postpartum depression, which is not even a very well-known fact in India, at least I think. A lot of mothers go through it thinking कि ये एक phase है, ठीक है, I'm feeling low today, maybe because of this, maybe because of that. But they don't acknowledge the fact that it is actually postpartum depression, and it just goes unnoticed and they get on with their lives, but that thing is still there in the back of their head. It is not healed. It will not heal. I don't think it will just go away with the snap of your fingers. So what how do we come out and just make mothers more make a little easy for them to talk about it, because it is considered such a taboo in our culture कि इसको डिप्रेशन डिप्रेशन कुछ नहीं होता है, बस एक फेज है, आज ऐसा है, आज वैसा है. A lot of people try to suppress it, by saying it like that, which is very very bad. Because अगर किसी को डिप्रेशन है और आप बोलते हो अरे कुछ नहीं है आज खाली ऐसा ये है, and you try to move along the topic, but it is so wrong. You are not supposed to do that. It is affecting her mentally and in the long term physically, I think.
Absolutely. So, as you said, when you're a new mom, one, there is too much of information overload, okay, and you want to do everything right, like from
Hmm.
breastfeeding to swaddling the baby. You have suggestions and opinions for everything that you do. So, one, knowing that you are enough and that all you are like every action that you're taking is for your baby, okay,
Right.
and knowing that a mother's instinct works best, like there'll be 10 people telling you, no, she's hungry, your child is
Yeah.
hungry, but as a mom you know it best whether that child is hungry or not. So believing in your instincts, hearing everybody out, like listening to what everybody has to say, but in the end taking decisions for yourself, standing up for yourself is very important. Secondly, about depression, I think we mothers need to acknowledge that we are not superhumans. We can feel low. We can want to have time for ourselves. It's something like when somebody says that, oh, I'm so exhausted in the day, she's not a bad mom, she's just being a real human. Like, we are humans in the end. So the whole depression phase also, other people acknowledging it is very important, but we ourselves acknowledging it, that we need to take time out for ourselves, we need to probably focus on something other than our child, and things like that is very important for ourselves to understand and acknowledge, and know that doing this does not make you a bad mom. Putting yourself first does not make you a bad person. It just makes you a better person for everyone else too.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
She almost covered the entire part, but yes, giving yourself priority is really important, and that's what I focus on whenever I, converse with any female. I always ask them to give yourself priority, because if you are fine, if you're taking care of yourself, you will be fit to take care of the entire big joint family. You will definitely, have a healthy family behind you. But for that, you have to give yourself time, give your body time. That's very
I
important.
I agree. A little bit of me time in a day can actually boost up your energy,
Absolutely.
your mind frame. You go fresh like this. You just need some time to yourself. 3-4 घंटे कोई नहीं बोलता, बस थोड़ी देर आराम से अपने कमरे में या किधर भी बैठ जाइए, read a book, listen to some music, or do whatever you like just for some time,
Yeah.
and just see how it affects you. You like Shilpa, you like exercising, and I'm sure exercising is great, especially for
Uh,
this time when you're confined into your house. You can exercise and boost not only your immunity, not only your body, but also your mind. You feel so
yeah,
fresh
yeah.
after sweating. I feel
That's
so
that's
fresh.
a stress buster for me as well, actually.
Yes, yes.
So that's why I never stress out, because I work out regularly.
That's nice. Also, if as on we are on the topic of staying fit and exercise not only helps the mind and body, but it also helps you look good. And once वो अंदर से होता है कि when you feel good, you look good, you feel good. वो एक
Yes,
confidence boost अलग ही हो जाता है. Like
right.
it no matter what you are, you're having an absolutely dull day, but suddenly suddenly your mind shifts and you start, if you feel good from inside, वो एक अलग ही confidence हो जाता है. And that confidence is very important for us moms because we
Yeah,
don't get
because
it
you
nowadays.
start appreciating your hard work, actually.
Yes,
Because
yes.
you know that आपने आज 1 घंटा पसीना बहाया है अपना, और आपने अपने लिए कुछ किया है,
हाँ, right.
So that comes in your me time also. That comes,
Hmm.
if you like working out, so that's your me time also, and
Hmm.
that's something that you're doing for your body also,
Right.
for your health.
Hmm. So, Ruchi, I'd like to ask you this. How has motherhood changed for most of the moms during these times? How would you describe the changes that have come in this past year?
I think it has been very, very challenging for mothers. One, to handle it all, like work, especially for working moms, to complete their deadlines, to keep up with the household chores, to keep up with their children, to keep up with everything, and then go on Insta and see a post where a mom is doing nothing but that. And you're like, oh God, I did not even read a book to my child today. You know, that guilt is something that would be really hitting them hard. So that is very challenging, I think, for them. Secondly, the whole online schooling system, especially for the younger ones, where it's as good as you're sitting in school with them, you know?
Yeah, it's like a punishment, for when you bunked your college, when you bunked your
Yes,
classes, you have to sit now. You cannot do anything.
exactly. Like you have to make sure your child has paid attention, you know, he's
Yes.
following through. And one thing about online school I would like to bring it up right now is that since it's online, you can see other children's work too. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's when you start wondering, like, for example, a child is able to write ABCD well, and your child is not able to do it. Or, you know, there is comparison. Otherwise, it used to be comparison only on the playground where you see
Yes.
your kids playing with other
Same with
kids
your
and
kids.
things like that.
Yes.
Or you hear something. But here
Mm-hmm.
you can actually monitor another child's work the way a teacher would, because you can see their assignments mostly, you can see everything that they're doing. So it's very important that you don't judge yourself as a mother whether you are doing it right, that oh, my child is lagging behind, or you know, I need to, you know, push my child more because the other child knows and my child doesn't know. We
Mm-hmm.
need to understand the school is teaching, the whole online school is still, your child is still learning, okay? And it's okay for them to be behind or in front. It's not a rat race, they're all going to come at the same path. They're not giving their engineering exams right now, so you know, take
Right.
a chill pill on that. Like,
Right.
it's okay if he's not done well. Like, there's no need to prompt behind your teachers and things like that. You can take it easy.
Yeah.
And judging yourself becomes like, you know, because the teachers can see you, other parents
Mm-hmm.
can see you, you know, so you are on the spotlight with the child, okay? And
Right.
anytime the teacher says parents and you come on screen like that, like, yeah, we are here,
We
you
are
know?
here with our
Yeah,
thumbs pointed up.
exactly. And that's very challenging. Secondly, I think the fact that we moms don't get to meet together and talk about what's going
Mm.
on, you know, because that used to be a big relief. Like, you meet other moms at the playground, you meet them in
You need
school.
that validation that you are doing a good
Yeah,
job.
yeah, that you're doing okay, or that if
Yeah.
you had a bad day, the other person also has a bad day. You
Yeah.
obviously talk over WhatsApp and things like that, but during
Right.
these times, you don't meet that often. You know, like, you don't, like, when kids are at school, have breakfast, or you know, just meet in the night when putting them off too early to bed or something like that.
Bed. Yeah.
So all this is really challenging. So I would really like to tell moms that, you know, it's okay, take it up as a challenge, and uh, don't look at acing everything. Sometimes just surviving through the tides is good enough. You know, you don't
Mm.
really need to ace the tides at every given opportunity. So just know that you're enough, you're doing good, and it's, this too shall pass. Like, the pandemic is not going to last forever.
I
It's
hope
just
so.
challenging times. Yeah, yeah, it's not. I believe so.
Manifesting it. No, but I like to say something about that. At the back of my head, I know that each child is different. They reach their milestones at different times. It is not necessary. But still, my kid is in nursery. So when I see the other kids are, coloring inside the line, it ticks me off. I've been trying to catch his hand and do it for almost every evening. He will give it up in 10 minutes because, Mama, you are shouting. I'm done. I read, kya done? The kids in your class are coloring inside the line. They are holding the paintbrush straight. You are, he will get distracted like this, like this.
Right. Yeah.
And the school is for an hour. My BP goes up and down because he will not sit straight. 5 minute बैठ लिया भगवान की दया हो गई. It is like that.
Absolutely. I get you.
And I know it कि मतलब I know it कि ठीक है, सब बच्चे अलग अलग होते हैं. ठीक है, some kids walk early, some kids don't crawl at all, some kids are different, but still, when you see that in front of you, it just, you get a little nervous, you get a little insecure कि why isn't my kid doing that? And it is okay. I know time ke sath he will learn. When he is ready to learn, he will learn. But it still gives me a big insecurity shot at that moment when I'm seeing it. And then I get frustrated at him कि देख वो देख कैसे कर रही है, तू कभी करेगा ऐसा. And I
Yeah.
guess it is okay. We will learn along with them how to calm down. It's
Yeah.
getting better. We had school in April, we have this month as leave, and then again back in June. It did get better from the first day, 1st of April. If you compare from the 1st of April to the last day of school, it did get better. He sat for more than 5 minutes at the end. So I guess we will get through it.
Hmm.
एक साल और है ऐसे समझ के let's hold each other's hands and just go
True.
through this time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Akansha, you're saying this even after being from a having a background of psychology. My child is in junior KG, and when I see, like, his school has gone to three-letter words and he's still struggling with ABCD, it gets my BP shut up too. But the
Yeah.
belief that your child is going to get there, I this is the phrase I keep using with me, to myself and to my husband. It's not like he's going to turn 30 and he's not going to know ABCD. Just keep saying that to yourself. It's not like he's going to be 30-year-old and not know how to color in the lines. Just that
Yeah.
fact will get you through it for sure.
Hmm. Yeah,
Right.
it's okay. We
Right.
will get through it
And
together.
as important as it may seem right now, it is not the end of the world right now. Like,
Yeah.
it, it's basic still.
It's basic still. We'll get through it. Shilpa, would you like to add
That's
something?
Right, right. No, nothing for me. Like this lockdown is a little easy as compared to the last lockdown last year. Because last year my daughter used to do online classes in front of me, and मैं उसके
Hmm.
सामने अपना पूरा जिम सेटअप करके वहीं पे उसके सामने अब shoulder presses कर रही हूँ. Her class is going on and I'm working out in front of her. या जहाँ पे भी वो अटके I'll correct her.
Right.
Because last year it was first time for her to
Hmm.
operate everything, and so she definitely needed a helping hand कि कब unmute करना है, कब camera on करना
हाँ.
है. But this year, like, I'm happy now. एक साल में वो, like, she has learned everything how to operate it, so she does it herself. So now I'm working out on terrace while she attends the classes online.
That's good. That's good.
And
Like,
definitely I never I never correct her, or I never tell her that no, तुम्हें क्यों नहीं आया ये, मतलब ना उस
how?
your classmate knows that, but आपको नहीं आता ये, ऐसा कैसे है? You are on the
Hmm.
same track, you should be on the same track, like,
Yeah.
but logically तो same track पे होना चाहिए. But I
Right.
never tell her like this because I know that engineering नहीं है, RAS नहीं है, IAS नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. You are in goddamn second standard right now, and there
Hmm.
are loads of years to come where you have to compete and study hard. तब हम
Hmm.
बोलेंगे, अभी कोई मतलब नहीं है बोलने का, बिकॉज अभी सिचुएशन ही नहीं है बोलने का. इतना वो पढ़
Right.
रहे हैं. They're sitting
बहुत
from
good.
9 o'clock to 2 p.m. and that's really hard for a 6-year-old child. मैं तो उसकी क्लास बंक करा देती हूँ. I just tell her that leave the class. बहुत देर हो गई अब.
अरे वाह.
It's not good actually, 9 to 2 sitting
Yeah.
at a place is.
In front of the screen. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's draining for sure.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
It drains us if for working moms. I mean, when you're
yes.
sitting in front of the laptop, your back starts aching, your eyes starts getting dry and itchy, and your whole routine, मतलब अपने पूरे body का ना पूरा थोड़ा अलग ही हो जाता है. It is very necessary to take timely breaks. And school
So
में तो
yeah,
you give hardly two breaks, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah, yeah. So when you cannot watch, cartoon for 6 hours, then why do you have to take online classes for 6 hours?
For 6 hours. Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like to say this. I had said this in the last session I had of Chai Pe Charcha, and I like to say it again. Moms, please understand that it is okay to take a break. You don't need a headache or some kind of body ache to take rest. You don't need a reason to take rest. It is okay. थोड़ी देर take a rest. It is okay because there's a lot of taunting going on. It goes on if you are in a joint family or something and you have your routine and you have tasks एक के बाद एक के बाद एक. You get exhausted but you still keep cruising through them. It is necessary to take a break. So,
I really
yeah.
think that if we as mothers first stop judging ourselves, stop beating ourselves, then we are empowered to stop others from beating us. If we only feel guilty about watching one more episode of Netflix, or spending some extra time in the shower, if we are guilty ourselves, then people are going to make you feel more guilty. The minute you stand up and say that, no, it's okay, I did this for myself today and I'm okay with it, you will start seeing that others also accept you and others also understand you. You know, it's very important that you yourself first understand yourself and give yourself that space to grow, to be, and to not be judged by your own self.
Right. Shilpa, I'd like to ask you this. How
Yeah.
did something like cancer change your outlook towards motherhood? And how did you emerge stronger out of it? It must have been a very difficult time. So, how did you just, go through it? And how did it change your complete outlook towards motherhood?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, that it was completely a roller coaster ride for me since the day I diagnosed. And when I got diagnosed, my daughter was just 2.5 years old, exact 2.5. And she was very much young to understand the situation, like what's going on, why is mama on the bed, and why is she gone bald, and क्यों वो मेरे साथ टाइम स्पेंड नहीं कर रही है. शी वाज टू यंग टू आस्क ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस. दो
Right.
छोटे बच्चे जो होते हैं वो ऑब्जर्व सब कुछ करते हैं, बट जस्ट बिकॉज दे कैन नॉट पुट इट इन वर्ड्स, बता नहीं सकते हैं, दे कैन नॉट आस्क क्वेश्चंस बट दे अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग.
Mhm.
So yeah, that time, when मेरा जो 2 years, 2.5 years जो निकले हैं मेरे, I couldn't spend time with my daughter because of my condition, because of devices inside my body, and it was a little bit risky for me as well कि वो मेरे पास में आए, because after all they are kids. खेलते वक्त they can hit you here and there, and अंदर जो डिवाइस होती है वो डैमेज हो सकता था. सो आई यूज टू कीप हर एट अ डिस्टेंस विद मी. तो अभी जो है वो मैं पूरा आई एम जस्ट वसूलिंग एवरीथिंग नाउ. So now she is never like आंखों से दूर बिल्कुल भी नहीं होती है वो मेरे अभी. And motherhood में there is no change, just that पहले I obviously missed, and I really don't feel good actually. I feel like that मैंने वो जो 2 साल थे जो मुझे spend करने थे, मुझे कुछ memories जो है उसके साथ में बनानी थी अपनी, वो मैंने miss कर दी है. From 2.5 to I guess 4, until she was 4 years old. वो वाला टाइम मैंने उसके साथ मिस किया है. आई हैव द मेमोरीज, बट दे आर जस्ट फेडेड मेमोरीज. और दैट्स इट. मतलब मदरहुड में नो चेंजेस एट ऑल. ऑफ कोर्स अभी शी इज द ओनली चाइल्ड,
Right.
so she will be definitely princess and apple of the eye and whatever, what
Mhm.
जो भी बोलना चाहो, like so she's the only one.
हाँ. Don't worry, puri life में you'll make many more beautiful memories with her, I'm sure. So
Yes,
don't
yes,
feel bad
definitely.
about it because it wasn't your fault. So you don't
Yeah,
need to be hard on yourself. It's okay. पूरी
yeah.
life
In
है,
fact, yeah,
बहुत
in
सारी
fact
memories
she
बनानी है.
yeah, in fact, she saved me actually. She was my savior because of her, I was diagnosed. उसी की वजह से पता चला था that there is a
Hmm.
lump, because she was playing with me and she hit me on my breast, and
Oh.
somehow the lump, which was deep, it came superficial, and
Oh.
then I realized that there is a lump here. So अगर शायद उसने नहीं मुझे मारा होता while playing, so I would have never diagnosed it, and
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone into stage 4, or it could have been inside the body.
Oh.
So she's the savior, of course.
Nice. Ruchi, I'd like to ask you this. How can working mothers take a break in this busy schedule, handling work, handling family, handling kids, handling the whole house, all at the same time? How can you take a break, or how can you just, push through it?
So, as I said earlier, that find some me time, like no matter how much time, if 15 minutes does good for you, then 15 minutes. If 1 hour does good for you, then 1 hour.
Mhm.
But try to find that time. Secondly, I would like to say is ask for help. Asking for help does not make you weaker. Okay, if you tell your husband or your in-laws or your sister, your mother, anybody that like, uh, please, can you take care of my child, I want to get this done, or I want to do this for myself, it does not make you any lesser. It is just you taking time out for yourself to be a better person. Okay, so even if, for example, you can't take time out every day, I think all of us have some support system here and there, at least on a weekly basis, to take some time off. Like send them to nanny's house or give them to your husband and take some time out. But it is very important to use your support system. Okay, we have a support system in place for a reason. You have been doing so many things for everyone else, so it's not bad to ask for some help, because I think sometimes we as mom want to do it all and be the superhero and, like, never ask for help. Arey, ye to sab apne aap kar leti hai, ye to sab. But at what cost? You're
Hmm.
getting those praises, you're getting all of that at what cost? At the cost of your own mental health. Is it really worth it? Okay, so being appreciated for being hardworking and all of that is good, but at every time, please ask yourself, at what cost are you paying for that? Are you paying, like, is it that everybody appreciates you, everybody thinks you're doing great, like your friends on WhatsApp groups are like, oh wow, she does it all, she's a super mom, and you don't take time for yourself at all. But in the long run, is this going to help you? Are you doing any good for yourself, or are you just putting up a face for everybody to see that you are a great mom? And does that really make you a great mom? So I think we all need to understand that taking time out for ourselves is important, not feel guilty about it, and not find excuses as to why we can't take time out for ourselves, because there are many a times we do that. Like, for example, we miss a morning workout because morning ko school hai, do it in the afternoon. I need to nap in the afternoon. Night, my husband comes home, or I am working, or I have calls to keep up. You will always have excuses for everything. Okay, so make sure you break out from your own comfort zone. Finding time for yourself is coming out from your comfort zone at this point, because a lot of moms are very okay to not find time for yourself and just, like, slog through the day without realizing it. So I would say get out of your comfort zone, do
Hmm.
something for yourself, you know, uh, feel good about yourself, and then the rest of the day and the days to follow will get better. So yeah, definitely find yourself some time, work out, find your support system, take help basically.
Shilpa, what would you like to say about this? How do you
Uh,
think should working women, working mothers take a break in this busy schedule life?
See, do whatever you want to do what you feel like. जरूरी नहीं है कि जो भी आप कर रहे हो, apart from working out of course, उसके अलावा जरूरी नहीं है कि आप जो भी कुछ कर रहे हो उससे आपको कुछ मतलब मिलेगा आपको कोई रिजल्ट उससे, बट जो भी है लाइक करो, डू पेंटिंग, give some time जिसमें just stay away from gadgets and devices, just give some time from off from social media, and spend time doing whatever you feel like me as a mom, like मैं खुद को time देती हूँ, that's my priority, number one priority, and my entire family knows that, like दूर दूर के खानदान को भी पता है कि वो पहले अपना वर्कआउट करेगी उसके बाद में वो कुछ करेगी, so because I feel good, right?
Hmm.
That's my me time, and I like painting. I like painting and I like doing a DIY project, so I do that. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं DIY कर रही हूँ तो उससे कुछ अच्छा सा ही बन के निकलेगा. No, that's not at all important. And वो मेरी प्रायोरिटी है भी नहीं कि मैं कुछ बहुत अच्छा सा डेकोर इससे बनाऊंगी. बट
Right.
बिकॉज मुझे DIY करना अच्छा लगता है तो मैं वो टाइम स्पेंड कर रही हूँ उसमें करने के लिए. एंड रिजल्ट क्या निकलेगा उससे, दैट्स नॉट माई कंसर्न
That's not
एक्चुअली.
important. Yeah,
या
exactly. That's not even important.
या बट दैट्स माई पीस ऑफ माइंड कि मैं कुछ कर रही हूँ अभी. आई एम
Hmm.
डूइंग
You're
समथिंग
being
फॉर माई
creative
सेल्फ.
with yourself.
Yeah. So yes, me time is really important, and for working women, definitely do yoga. Abhi to nowadays, that's the need of the hour also actually. So
Hmm.
get into some yoga and pranayam, meditation, strength workout. I'm not at all into yoga. I'm not a yoga person. I'm completely into doing strength training. But yes, nowadays I'm definitely suggesting people that start your day with pranayam.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. With motherhood, I believe intention is the key. Mistakes are bound to happen. We are all learning one day at a time, since every child is different. And making good decisions, making a few mistakes in the way, is absolutely okay as long as your parenting comes from a place of love, care, concern. You are doing a wonderful job. No matter how it panned out, I'm sure your intention was always good because you will never want to harm your child or do anything bad. So it is okay अगर आपने सोचा कि आप ऐसा करना जा रहे हो, but end result it did not come. But it's okay. You learned. Maybe tomorrow you try again and the result is better. So I'd like to ask Ruchi, how do you keep children engaged, ensuring they're learning something and the development is taking place as we mothers really have a tough time dealing with mental and emotional drains?
True. So one thing I would like to say as a psychologist is that see, certain development are going to happen no matter whether they're going out, they're doing or no, they're going to school or no. Okay, because that's the way it works. Like people who are living in the villages and things like that, their children are also developing. Irrespective of any gadgets or being exposed to certain classes and things like that. Okay,
Right.
of course we want optimal development for our children. We want them to be creative and think outside the box and things like that. But I would like to put across my point saying that gauge what your child is really interested into. Okay, because there are a lot of options available like flinto box and like
Hmm.
varied options, and I'm not promoting any of them, but it's just that get to understand what your child really likes. Because if you think art is good for your child, but whether your child is really interested in it or no, okay, that's something that you really need to look at. Secondly, at this point of time, we need to see from the kids perspective also. Okay, we are so focused on their learning and development, but we sometimes forget their emotional needs. Okay, they are not getting to meet their friends, they are seeing their teachers online, they're going through this entire shift of seeing, even if their parents were working earlier, they're seeing their parents being home the entire day. uh, Things have changed a lot for them. Okay, so our focus should be on their emotional development also. Okay, so I think it's the most important that in a day, no matter how busy you are, just the way you would take time out for yourself, as important me time is, as you know, it is equally important to spend time with your children. Okay, like it does not matter whether you read a 5 page book. It is not only
Hmm.
quantity that is important, but it is the quality of time that is important. Okay, so I think if you're really looking at seeing your child develop and grow, it is important to make him feel secure in the first place, because it is a turmoil for them also, as you very rightly put it in the beginning only, that they're just children. We actually understand. We understand that okay, this lockdown is going to end someday, or what are the numbers and what does it mean that COVID is rising, and what does it mean when they say the third phase is about to come. But they don't understand any of this. They're just living in the here and now. So it's very important to make them feel secure, and the learning will then happen. Having a timetable for them would really work too, like so that in this entire mess there is some sense of security as to how the day goes. So a lot of kids are, I have observed that now, since schools are online and things like that, there are random vacations, or there are random plans and things like that. So that confuses them. There is
Yeah,
no
exactly.
sense of security and routine. So, like for example, I would say that if you put your child to bed at a certain time earlier before the pandemic, try to continue things like that, like that you eat dinner together, or that you sleep together, and or you read a book at night. Some routine, establishing a routine will help them with a sense of security, and will really help them grow and develop. And yeah, definitely do things that they like to do. Understand that they are also going through a turmoil. So pushing them towards things like, just because some other child is doing it, or just because you think is right, it is really not right. Giving
Hmm.
them the space to develop is important right now.
Right. Shilpa, would you like to add something?
I would love to hear the question again because I went offline.
Sure, sure. The question was how to keep our children engaged, ensuring learning and development as we mothers really have a tough time dealing with mental and emotional drains.
So just keep your children engaged in doing whatever they like to do, whether they like to play in the mud, let them play in the mud. I mean,
Yeah.
if they are really enjoying it, that's also a part of development actually. A
Yeah,
lot of
because we
people,
as kids, I'm sure if we as
yes,
kids, we
we
really
as children,
jump in
yes,
the puddles during the rain.
yes, yes, we
Yeah,
as
you also
children
love
have
that.
done that.
Yeah, so
So
it's okay.
yeah,
थोड़ा मेला होने दो, ठीक है, कपड़े
yes,
सूख जाएंगे, हाथ धुल
yes,
जाएंगे, it's
yes.
okay.
So I am like trying to introduce all those games that I used to play when I was a child, and I'm introducing them to my daughter, like Stapu and a lot of other games. Like I don't know, you people might be knowing the names also or not, but yes, because मैं अब road पे जाके and I draw it with the chalk, the Stapu thing, and we play
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we play there because it's really important. And moreover, अगर बच्चे को अच्छा लग रहा है,
Hmm.
so there is no second option for that.
Right.
So whatever they like to do, like apart from screening time, actually,
Yeah. Apart from feeling that.
yeah, apart from that, उसके अलावा whatever they feel like doing, just let them do it. And उससे क्या होगा कि अगर आप उनको उनकी पसंद का चीज करने दे रहे हो, so the burden will not come on you actually. कि अगर आपका सर दुख रहा है या you will not take the stress because your kid is enjoying doing whatever they are liking. तो
Hmm.
आप फ्री हो थोड़ी देर के लिए, and you can have your me time at that moment actually. Just start doing whatever you feel like because your child is busy.
Right.
पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं, कपड़े गंदे कर रहे हैं, कलर गिरा रहे हैं, इट्स ओके, दे ऑल गेट वॉश्ड.
Okay.
So
I think.
basically like to be very much honest कि आई एम नॉट अ मॉम जो बहुत ज्यादा
Motherhood.
ध्यान दूं या टोकू. नो, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल लाइक दैट, क्योंकि मैं खुद फ्री रहना पसंद करती हूँ. तो आई ऑल्सो वांट दैट माई डॉटर शुड हैव हर ओन फ्रीडम. whatever she likes to do, she has the complete right to do it.
Right. I also think it is very important to understand that the insults and judgments and the shade that people throw at us, mothers and women in general, are actually projections of their own insecurities, and
Absolutely.
they have absolutely nothing to do with what you are doing or with your life. So you don't take it on yourself. If somebody is telling you or bad mouthing you or just throwing shade at you, you don't take it personally. वो you don't know कि maybe when you were doing something it hit an insecurity in that certain person and he's just acting up to that. So please don't take personally. That is what I think. What would you guys like to add to that?
uh, yeah, actually, there is no shame in doing whatever you feel like. और जो भी तीसरा पर्सन है जो भी कुछ बोल रहा है, तो मेरा तो सिर्फ यही होता है, जब गो टू हेल, लाइक हु आर यू टू टेल मी और जज मी, और मुझे बोलने वाले कौन हो यार तुम. मतलब मैं अपनी फैमिली का ध्यान रख रही हूँ, एंड आई नो दैट आई एम द बेस्ट मॉम, राइट.
Right.
whatever I'm doing it for the sake of my family, for the sake of my child. So of course I'm a badass mom. And मेरे से तो
You
यार
are.
मतलब I don't know, कोई पंगा लेता भी नहीं है. So I have never heard like somebody bad mouthing me or something like that. But yes, कोई करेगा तो definitely I'll give an answer.
Right. Ruchi?
Yeah, so I understand that there are a lot of people, who are, like as Shilpa said, I am pretty much on the same lines, like nobody can say things to me up front, like not even my family, because they know that isko bol ke fayda bhi kya hai.
Right, right.
But also there are a lot of women who did not hold that kind of courage in their heart to backlash in that way. So to them, I would say that be patient with yourself and just know that your intentions were right. That don't, if you let everybody dictate you, you're just going to be a mess. Like if you're going to listen to everybody, every single soul, one will say do this, the other will say do that. One will question what you did good, one will question what you did bad. If you keep trying to keep up to them, you are going to miss out on what's good for you and your child. Okay, so when somebody is saying something to you and you want to be a good ear and listen to it, so listen to it, but before you internalize their comments, think whether they're based on facts, whether what they're saying is going to help you grow as a parent, or it's going to harm you as a parent, harm you and your child. Okay, so that is very important. Like for some moms, maybe a 10-minute a screen time is okay. For some mom, they might be giving a 1 hour screen time, but each mother is different. Each mother's logistics, each mother's the entire
Circumstances.
setup is different. Okay,
Mhm.
so to understand and not to judge each other, and to not judge yourself also, as I said earlier. And if somebody says that, oh, you're giving too much screen time to your child, instead of just going like, oh shit, I should stop the screen time, think again that, okay, am I actually giving my child too much screen time? If that is so, why am I doing that? can I cut down on this? Use the things that people say to you in a constructive way. Okay. And if you think they're right, then filter it the way it suits you. If you think that what they're saying is not appropriate, then you could just outwardly tell them that, listen, I respect what you say, but this does not work for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Like what you're saying may be true for you, but it's
Mhm.
not right for me. It's
Yeah,
not
because nobody knows your child like you do. Nobody knows your
Right,
exactly.
right.
situation
Exactly.
like you do. So you know
Yes,
the
like
best.
recently somebody told me, "Oh, you should see that girl. She does such amazing creative things with her child." And I said, "You know what? My child, if I give him crayons also, like in 2 minutes, he'll throw the entire box. That's not going to work for me. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah. So you know your child better. So instead of saying, "Oh yeah," and then go like, "Oh shit, I should do this with my child." Take in your think, understand, and
Yeah.
then do it rather than just hopping on to everybody's choices and decisions. Make your own choices and decisions.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I think it's time to wind up. You've gone way beyond our schedule.
Yes, the
So,
topic is interesting.
yeah, you can go on and on about it forever.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's time to say goodbye. It was such an honor to discuss this topic with both of you, Ruchi and Shilpa. Thank you so
It
much
was
for
a
your
pleasure
time and
talking to
knowledge.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you for having me here. I really loved having this conversation.
Yes, absolutely. It was nice knowing you, Shilpa and Akanksha.
Same
Thank
here,
you.
Ruchi.
Likewise.
And
Likewise. Thank you so
okay.
much, viewers, for taking out time to watch our today's panel discussion. And I'd also like to thank Baby Chakra for giving us this platform to talk about this sensitive and hushed topic about women's mental health. I'd like to wish you all beautiful, brave moms a very happy Mother's Day once again. Lots of love and strength to you all. Please be gentle with yourselves, cover yourself with love, reach out for support. At least, at least listen to your inner needs. Moms, you all deserve the love and care and attention, even on your worst days, especially on your worst days. Please, please अपने आप को किसी से कम मत समझिए. You are worthy. Please take care and stay safe. Please don't believe in WhatsApp forwards. Please consult a doctor if you or your loved one shows any signs or symptoms of COVID. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.